and welcome to a celebration of Cids, a one-off award show for all the Cids we've known and loved across the Final Fantasy series. Tonight we'll be handing out awards for a variety of categories, including the People's Choice Award, as voted for by you, the people. Thank you all for being here. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Introducing our announcer for the evening, Daddy Wisdom.
Doesn't she scrub up well, ladies and gentlemen? Good evening, all. I am Daddy Wisdom, and I am here to tell you about our first award tonight, which is for the best line in the Final Fantasy series. And presenting this award, we have Cids Gomez.
Hi everyone. My name is Cids Gomez. Today, I will be presenting the best Cid lines. And they will be from Final Fantasy IV, with Cid with the line, "I'm gonna kill a whole lot of ya if you don't come back safe." With the next one from Cid from Final Fantasy VII with the line, "Sit your ass down in that chair and drink your goddamn tea." And with the other one with Final Fantasy V, which is also one of my favorites actually, "You aren't that of a sophisticated of a guy. I think it suits you fine." With that said, I will announce the winner, which is Cid from Final Fantasy VII with "Sit your ass down in the chair and drink your goddamn tea." So everyone, Cid from Final Fantasy VII is the winner, which on the other hand is not a big surprise because Cid is a fucking great character in Final Fantasy VII. Great dude, great guy, and I love it so much. On to the next category. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Cids Gomez, for presenting that award. Indeed, that was Cid serving both physical and metaphorical tea. And now, to present the award for Best Inventor, I'm delighted to introduce you, Demorty.
My name is Demorty, and I am incredibly honored to be presenting to you the nominees for the category Best Inventor. Throughout Final Fantasy's history, the ingenuity and talent of the Cids have shaped the world around them. While not all Cids were mechanical geniuses, all of them excelled in their chosen field. Some misguided aided the villains, later to redeem themselves by often giving us a sweet ride, often a father figure, sometimes a banana or a frog. Cids come in all shapes and sizes. But in the end, where would we be without the genius of Cid? What would Final Fantasy be without airships, magitech, and just a hint of narcissism? From bustling magitech metropolises to terrifying weapons and soaring airships, these are the nominees for the category Best Inventor. Cid Previa, Final Fantasy V. Fascinated by crystals, he inadvertently weakened the fire crystal, accelerating Exter's plans, but with the help of his grandson Mid, he made up for it and gave the party an edge. Cid Fabul, Final Fantasy IX. The inventor of the first airships to not rely on mist, as well as the airships of the Hildegard line, a great inventor and also a frog. Ribbit. Dr. Sidolphus Demon Bonanza, Final Fantasy XII. Driven by a desire to return agency to mankind, he truly became an antagonist. Creating terrifying military airships, he basically brought Star Wars into Final Fantasy. And the winner in the category Best Inventor is Dr. Sidolphus Demon Bonanza, Final Fantasy XII.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
Thank you, Demorty, for handing over that award for Best Inventor for the Final Fantasy XII Cid. I invented a brand new vacuum cleaner, once. It was an amazing thing, but I never really ended up doing anything with it. So it's just gathering dust now. Anyway, next up we have Aerith and Tifa, M and Inochi to present the award for Best Costume.
And now presenting the Best Costume Award for all of our Cids. The nominees in this category were Cid Polendina from Final Fantasy IV, Cid Del Norte Marquez from Final Fantasy VI, and Cid Reigns from Final Fantasy XIII. Oh, our Cid isn't on there, Tifa.
Oh,
Right, that's sad, but I'm so proud of you for pronouncing those surnames right.
I tried really hard. Do you at least have the winner of our Best Costume Award today?
Yes, I have him right here. Let me see. And the winner is the Reigns from Final Fantasy 13. Congratulations!
Oh, he is so easy on the eyes, isn't he?
He is really pretty. Good job.
Congrats, Sid Reigns.
Thank you once again, Em and Inochi there. And now, the best part of this entire award ceremony, the adverts. Let's watch them together, shall we?
年轻对一切来劲。爆发闯劲。秀出酷劲。释放拼劲。酷爱科技 SUV 全新劲客劲酷上市。
It's showtime, girls.
Final Fantasy X-2, rated T for teen. The adventure returns.
Panics.
Out of the ashes of war blooms a love affair of the ages, an epic tale of a soldier and the free-spirited woman that captures his heart. Prepare yourself for the most riveting love story of the year. You will be mesmerized. You will be engulfed. You will need a PlayStation, a big screen TV, and a really comfortable couch. Final Fantasy VIII by Squaresoft.
PlayStation.
Okay, kid, show me what you got. Yeah, right. Next. Yes. Next.
Ooh, scary.
Next. Next. Next.
Final Fantasy III. Do you have what it takes? Final Fantasy III from Squaresoft.
Next.
Fine ファイナルファンタジー6 4月2日スーパーファミコンで発売スクエア
へえ出たんだどれえ
ファイナルファンタジー12ポーション3月7日発売
My name is Marche. I am a warrior in a land called Ivalice. Can you please help me destroy the crystals so I can leave?
You may call me Ritz, but you may not use my sword, spells, or magic without asking. They are dangerous. If you call, I'll explain.
Mute is my name. Feel free to call. Otherwise, I may become irritable.
The people of Ivalice are standing by to talk about Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Only on Game Boy Advance. Rated E for everyone.
Welcome back, as we say, and now we go to our next category. And for this one, we come to the Best Supporting Actor Award, which will be presented by the wonderful James Lee, 85.
Thank you so much, H-Bomb, for having me here today, and hello to all you viewers and listeners who are tuning in today. I'm James of the James Lee 85 Twitch channel, and I've been asked today to present the award for the Cid most deserving of Best Supporting Actor. What is a Best Supporting Actor? Well, let's take the Oscars as our inspiration. This should be the Cid that performs at a level below that of the game's protagonist, but still critical to the game's storyline. This Cid might be a close friend, a family member, a romantic partner, or even the antagonist. Keep that in mind. And let's look at the nominations for this year's Best Supporting Cid. First up, we have Cid Highwind, the chain-smoking, foul-mouthed, loyal, and powerful member of the Avalanche team from Final Fantasy VII. His contributions to the team include access to the Tiny Bronco, going to space, and commanding the great airship Highwind. And whilst a strong contender for the prize, he is often criticised for his treatment of his longtime colleague Shara. Will his roguelike attitude be enough to win him the prize? Well, next up, we have Cid Kramer, the headmaster of Balam Garden, leader of Seed from Final Fantasy VIII. His contributions include being a mentor to Squall, as well as all the other Seed candidates around the school, and sending Seed members out on missions around the world. He's highly respected in his position by staff and students in the school, for a time, although his criticisms include being too passive in the events of the game, and not showing enough strong leadership when is needed at particularly crucial moments of the game. Not to mention a private mercenary force of children. Dude. Will his resemblance to Robin Williams be enough to overcome his detractors? Let's find out. Third up, we have Cid Fabool, Regent of Limblum in Final Fantasy IX. This man, come Oglob, come Frog, come man again, is credited with pioneering airship travel using mist as a fuel source, and as such enables the party to traverse the world in various different airships that he's either had a hand in building or he's directly inspired. His womanizing ways, however, have caused him great misfortune. Does he have enough supporters left to take home the trophy? Well, finally, we've got Cidolfus Telamon. Given how recent his entry is to the Final Fantasy series in Final Fantasy XVI, I'm not going to say too much about his storyline, except to say he's got some shocking attack styles. His camaraderie with the main protagonist Clive is top tier, and his sultry, dulcet tones is something that I could listen to all day long. His detractors, however, say that he doesn't do enough as a Cid to be worthy of a place in this prize contest. Do you agree? Did you agree? Well, you've already voted. Here they are. The nominations: Cid Highwind from Final Fantasy VII, Cid Kramer from Final Fantasy VIII, Cid Fabool from Final Fantasy IX, and Cidolfus Telamon from Final Fantasy XVI. Well, let's see how you voted. In fourth place, it's Headmaster Cid. In third place, it's Cid Fabool. Second place, it's Cid Highwind. But tearing away with a huge lead of a whopping 58.8% of the vote, it is our winner of Best Supporting Cid, Cidolfus Telamon. GG Cid, GG Cid. A well-deserved winner. Well done to you, Cid, and thank you to Cid and Cid and Cid for taking part in this year's prize draw. Back to H-Bomb in the studio. Thanks for having me.
What do you get when you put a tomato with a dinosaur? A dynamite salsa. Anyway, onwards to Dino Keys and Tomato Boris, who are now going to present the award for Best Original Song.
It's a classic Final Fantasy item, but I never really know what it is. It's like the bastard sword.
Yeah, it's going to be like some ancient, well, not even ancient, some oldie name for a bit of leather or something, but...
Because doesn't it mean to be like born out of wedlock?
I mean, that's what bastard is, but I don't think that's... a 1.5-handed sword, so it's like it's not quite as high, and yeah, it's something to do with that and old naming conventions. I don't think it's related to only bastards use that sword.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh shit, we're on. Thanks, H-Bomb. Sorry we couldn't be there in person, but it's an honour to be remoting in from Windhurst, where there's some kind of festival going on that Dino knows the name of.
We're here to announce the winner of the Best Cid theme from the Final Fantasy series. And the nominees are Cid's theme from Final Fantasy IV, the second nominee is Final Fantasy VII's Cid's theme. The third nominee is Cid's theme from Final Fantasy XVI called The Hideaway.
That's all right, Ram just threw that shot.
Oh.
And the winner is Cid's theme from Final Fantasy VII.
Thank you for joining us in Vanity L. Tombo, do you have anything else to say?
Good night and good luck.
Back to the studio.
Thank you there, Dino Keys and Tomato Boris, for presenting the best original song. It's very Eurovision, that, wasn't it? I was kind of expecting the jury from Sweden to make an appearance. Now to perform Cid's theme from Final Fantasy VII, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Symphony Orchestra Gothia Concentus. Once again, everybody, that was the incredibly talented Symphony Orchestra Gothia Concentus with the Best Original Song winner today from Final Fantasy VII. Now, to present the award for the Best Storyline, our next category, it is my great pleasure to introduce JJ from Game Room Revival.
Look, you can't just sit there and tell me that it wouldn't have been easier for them to just tell them what their focus is rather than giving it to them in these cryptic images that make no sense half the time and just confusing everybody. And don't give me that crap about them their way of communicating be so far above the human comprehension and blah blah blah. Because Steisley spends half the game as a human speaking to them in plain English. What do you mean we're on? Oh, hi. Sorry about that. I'm JJ, and I'm with Game Room Revival, and I'm here to present the award for Best Cid Storyline. A good story can mold and shape our perceptions of not only the narrative as a whole, but the way we view and come to dislike or like each specific character. The Final Fantasy series has always been one that gives us as fans something to think about long after the credits roll. Decades later, we still argue about Cloud's relationships with Tifa and Aerith, we still theorize about the true identity of Gogo, and we still all agree that Rydia is an undeniable badass. These are the nominees for Best Cid Storyline. Cid Hayes, Final Fantasy III. A man who rises to the occasion time and time again for our heroes, despite the many hardships that befell him. Neither curse nor sick spouse stopped him from answering the call of destiny. Cid Fabul IX from Final Fantasy IX. The Regent of Lindblum and Master Engineer, this Cid proved his worth on more than one occasion. From supplying the group with airships, to being the mastermind behind the plan to get Princess Garnet safely out of Alexandria, despite being turned into an Oglop by his wife for being naughty? And Cidolfus Telamon from Final Fantasy XVI, the dominant of Ramuh and leader of the Hideaway. This Cid sacrifices more than most to aid our hero, in order to ensure the best chance for a world where everyone can live in peace. And the winner is Cid Fabul IX from Final Fantasy IX.
Many Cids give their all to protect people of Final Fantasy, but one such Cid went above and beyond. That's why I'm presenting Cid Polendina of Final Fantasy IV with the Humanitarian Award.
Bombs away! Try stopping this, Elvers! My once-in-a-lifetime unaided flight!
Throwing himself overboard with a bomb to seal the underworld requires immense bravery, and I'm sure you can all join me in celebrating this man and his actions.
And now we go over to Jukefort Gaming, who will present the In Memoriam section.
Cids over the years have come and gone. Some have gone more than others, such as all the way to death. Some of them have died, others have died if you feed them slow fish, and others yet have died because you killed them. Let's remember them.
the in memoriam section there. For those of you who haven't played any of those games, there was 1 or 2 spoilers in that previous segment. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, it gives me great pleasure to hand you over now for the People's Choice Award.
And finally, we come to the People's Choice Award, as voted for by you. We gave you the opportunity to vote for all of the Cids in the mainline Final Fantasy series, and with 50% of the vote, the winner is Cid Highwind of Final Fantasy VII. That's it for our show tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank our announcer, Daddy Wisdom, all of our presenters for the evening, and thank you to all of you that voted. Thank you for taking part in this Cid Awards show.
It's been my absolute pleasure to be here as Daddy Wisdom to add a little bit of the colour to proceedings. Now please observe as this grown man throws a small child around a room. Good night.